In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. The other topic that I'm going to talk about today is working on the topic and research problem. This is another section of Dr. Riaz's book, How to Write a Research Proposal in Applied Linguistics. Okay, what should we do after choosing a topic? After choosing a topic, two tasks should be done. One is preparing a working bibliography, and second one is reading and summarizing the related literature. You know what is working bibliography? Working bibliography is actually all those kinds of papers, articles, books, pamphlets, and the information that you have got from different sources, or you want to use it for the purpose of your research. All those papers are called working bibliography, but not all those papers would be included in your list of reference. That's why it is called working bibliography. And the second one is reading and summarizing the related literature. This is also another important section in writing a proposal, because you have to refer to previous literature, to previous studies, on the field that you have selected to do a research, because it's very important to show the readers what has been done already, you know, by the other scholars, in that field, and that is a form of strengthening your research. Task 1, preparing a working bibliography. Collecting all the general sources and making a list of the materials related to your topic. First of all, you have to collect all those general sources, general sources. It means that you may select, for example, 500 related papers, but more specifically, about 50 or 60 papers would be, would talk about what you have worked on. So the general sources should be collected, and then you have to make a list of those materials which are related to your topic. So out of those 500 papers, for example, you may select 100 ones which are related to your topic. Those sources can be, different types, like papers, books, theses, dissertations for PhD students, for example, research reports, etc. So the first job is collecting them, gathering them, taking the files from internet, from different databases, from copying, for example, from some books, from some proceedings of some conferences, for example, and keep them in a particular file on your computer or in your study. To prepare the bibliography as thoroughly and systematically as possible, this is very important. You have to keep those bibliography, books, pamphlets, and the like, systematically as possible. It means that you cannot, just copy and paste about 500 articles haphazardly in a particular file. No, they should be classified into different subsections, and each file, each subsection should be given a particular name, for example, because later on, when you refer to those files, that should be very easy to find the papers that you're searching for. So choose from references of the available materials. Check the reference list of the papers. You have to make the circle bigger. Okay, so you have to choose from those references or sources which are available. and to prepare a computer search. This computer search, uh, because nowadays, even the libraries have got some kinds of are connected to computers, and you can simply search the computer in order to find the books, even the journals on internet. You can find them. So there are basically two types of searching. One is online, and the other one is offline. So the online is completely clear, that you go to different websites. Of course, it's not right to search generally on internet. You have to go to specific websites, like Eric, like ProQuest, for example, or go to different to specialized, journal sites, and search the articles you want over there. Not generally search on the internet. So, and even you can, search offline. Offline means databases and CDs like ERIC, SciLIT, and dissertation abstracts and CDs. Uh, you know, Normally you can find those CDs in the libraries, which have been gathered by the librarian, or the library of those universities that you're studying, and the like. So, task two, reading and summarizing the related literature. After searching offline and online and finding your related papers, your second job is reading and summarizing the related literature. Okay, what does that mean? Having prepared the bibliography, all the sources should be read one by one and notes be made. This is very important. I already told you how to read the papers. You may say that is very difficult to read, for example, 500 papers and see whether they are related to my study or not. You can just, after finding the related topics, the article topics, to your study, then you can just get to the papers which you like, uh, uh, and study three main sections of those articles. Just you can, after looking at the title and going through the abstract very quickly, you can read the theoretical background of that study, read very quickly the methodology, whether to see whether it is compatible with your study, or you can get that research design and apply it, or adapt that research design for your own study. So after getting to the theoretical background and the methodology of that paper, you can finally get to the conclusion and see that is whether this paper can be used, in your study or not. Objectives in reading materials. While you're reading the materials that you're going to use for your research, you should have some objectives, goals. What are those goals in reading the materials you're using for your study? One is gaining information and conceptualizing the issues. Uh, Conceptualizing means making an idea, or trying to make an idea of what you're reading in order to be able to use in your research. So first, by reading the articles, you gain the information and try to adapt it in your own research, how it can be useful in your study. The second one is becoming familiar with the methodological aspects. Go to the methodology section or method section of that paper and see whether it is in line with what you're going to do or not, or no, you can just see the method design, and you can get the idea of how to plan your own actually method. So the third one is summarizing and making notes for literature review. After gaining the information and conceptualizing the issues, thinking about the basic theoretical aspects and going to the methodology section and getting the main design, of or research design of that paper and trying to apply it for yours, then you get to summarizing and making notes for literature review because the literature, as I told you before, is another important section which strengthen your study, showing that you're completely familiar with what has been done already. You are familiar with the theoretical background of your study. You're familiar with the definition of the key concepts of your study. So you have to write a very well-structured literature review. Then identifying important findings to be used in discussion section. Discussion is another important part of your study. Of course, this is not in this does not exist in your proposal because in proposal we do not have any result or findings, and consequently there is no discussion and conclusion. But you can keep those papers, for future use, because in the future, after collecting your data and analyzing it and getting to chapter 5 and reporting your results and then going to chapter 5 for discussion and conclusion, those findings can be very useful to you. So because in the discussion section you have to not only restate the summary of the findings, then you have to interpret the results of your research, and after interpretation of the results you have to actually show whether these results are compatible with the other results taken by the other scholars or not, or they are in line or they contrast. So it is very important to keep these important findings for future use in the discussion section of your research. So this is not related to your proposal, as I told you. All right, let's talk about them one by one. The first one was gaining information and conceptualizing the issues. You should become an expert in the field of your research. You should become an expert. What does this mean? Being an expert means that you have to look at that topic from different angles, and you have to be knowledgeable enough on that topic you're working on. It is not right to say that, okay, this is a topic I've selected and I don't know anything about that. I don't know what is the background knowledge, on this, or the literature review on this topic. I don't know what are the theoretical models related to this. So by gaining the information and conceptualizing, therefore, you would be an expert in the field of your research. There are two major difficulties while reading academic books and materials: the way in which the book is written and the amount of time which is taken to read the book. So as I told you, apart from the articles that you take from the journals, you may read some books, and of course you have to do that, which are related to your topic in order to get the enough theoretical background. But it is not very easy. It is difficult because the way in which the book is written may not help you a lot, because you are not going to write a book, you're going to do a research, and books normally are about theoretical issues normally, and researches, thesis, dissertations, and papers are normally on practical aspect or research studies. So the way they have been written are a little bit different, and the style of writing and rhetoric of writing are different. Two, the amount of time which is taken to read the book,